Greetings, fellow explorers. This is Tony with Fount Systems Network, and we're here in pursuit of low-carbon innovations for industrial wastewater treatment. In this episode, we are going to make our small contribution to World Water Day 2021. World Water Day is when people around the world try to take over the internet in order to promote awareness of water, its value to society, and how we can better protect it for future generations. So here we're going to dive into an underexplored area along this theme. The Domestic Wastewater Industrial Pretreatment Program in Florida, or what I'll call the IP program for short. Now, you might be asking, what is industrial pretreatment? Industrial pretreatment is the removal, reduction, or alteration of pollutants in industrial wastewater prior to discharging it into a domestic wastewater treatment facility, which most people would call a sewer system. The industrial pretreatment program requires industrial companies that, for example, do metal finishing operations or wash commercial laundry or manufacture food products to monitor and pre-treat their wastewater prior to dumping it into our sewer system. The IP program issues permits for new industrial users, conducts periodic on-site water quality testing, and receives monitoring and treatment reports from the manufacturers and renews permits in order to support compliance. So in Florida, there are about 67 industrial pretreatment programs. These are offices located within city and county governments. I did an initial email outreach to all 67 of them, and I successfully communicated with 12 IP program managers. They were kind enough to respond to my emails and spend some time on the phone educating me about their work. Here's what I've learned. As you might expect, there is a big difference between IP programs in large cities versus small towns. One example of a program in a small town would be Winter Haven near Orlando. Here, there are only 3 permitted users. One of them is a milk plant. They have a tank truck washing facility, and then they have a metal can manufacturing plant. The amount of work required of the IP officers in the smaller jurisdictions is not so much, which means that they often have responsibility for more than one job. But in the bigger jurisdictions, there are robust programs with dedicated and often very helpful staff. So let's look more closely at a larger jurisdiction like Jacksonville. And to give you some sense of location, I'm showing here a photo of one of several industrial parks there where some companies participate in the IP program. This is an email response from Jacksonville Electric Authority to my public records request, and it shows a few interesting things. We can start with the names of the industries that participate. Right off, we see some familiar names like Kraft Heinz, Coca-Cola, and Anheuser-Busch. Alsco here is a commercial linen leasing operation, which you can imagine has to do a lot of laundry. And then there's the JEA Kennedy Generating Station, which is a power plant. So they're discharging wastewater into the sewer system as well. And also finally here, we have Wind River Environmental, which is where things really start to get interesting. Wind River Environmental is a wastewater treatment services company. In their case, they pump, haul, and treat wastewater from home septic tanks, restaurant grease traps, and municipal lift stations. This company helps other companies manage and treat their wastewater. So whereas in some cases manufacturers are treating their own wastewater in-house, in other cases manufacturers might rely on third-party service providers like Wind River Environmental. So all of this provokes some interesting questions for our pursuit. Are there manufacturers out there treating their own wastewater in-house who would just as soon not be having to deal with it themselves? Which specific types of wastewater are particularly difficult to treat and are particularly burdensome for the manufacturers to handle? And for third-party wastewater treatment providers, do some of them specialize in certain industries or certain kinds of wastewater? And for all of these, are they working with old technologies or outdated business models that are ripe for innovation? These are some of the questions that we are going to be exploring in our future episodes. I don't know about you, but I think we're on a productive path here. What are your thoughts? Did you know that this program ensuring environmental health has been active all around us in the US for the last 50 years? Leave a comment below. So that's it for this episode on World Water Day 2021. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like what you see here, please like and subscribe to our channel. Remember everyone, keep exploring, keep growing. I'll see you next time.